Last section of chapter 2, we are going to talk about solving by completing the square. So solve by completing the square.
Using the front page at all?
You can use the whole front page for this. Yep. Solve by completing the square. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you through an example. So the example I'm going to use is x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. Okay, most of the time when I want you to solve by completing the square, I will tell you to do that. Okay, you're not just going to have to know when to use it. Okay, I will tell you when to use quadratic formula or when to solve by completing the square. Okay, biggest thing when solving by completing the square, okay, first thing we want to do is we want to get a new c value. Okay, what is my c value right now? Negative 5. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of the old one so I can make room for the new. How can I move this to the other side? I can add 5. Yep, so make sure you take good notes here because I'm going to outline it as best as I can for you. So add 5. I'm left with x squared plus 4x. The whole point of that is I want to make room for my new c value. So I have to leave a blank for that new c value. Okay, and then what's left on the other side? What's 0 plus 5? 5. And then what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So whatever I'm going to add to the left, I'm also going to have to make room and add to the right. Okay. Okay. Now there's one more step to complete the square. Okay. To fill in the blank, okay, the second thing we're going to do here is it's a little formula. We're going to take b divided by 2. Okay. All right. And then I'm just going to call this x for now here, just to label some things. Okay, so b divided by 2 is going to give you an x value. Okay, the last thing you're going to do to that to get your new c value is we're going to take x squared to give us our new c value. Okay, so let's use this one as an example. What is my what is my b value? The b value is 4, so I'm going to take 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And then what's the last thing we want to do? We want to take 2 squared, which gives you 4. Okay, so what we just got for that is what we plug into the blank. So what we just got for our new c value is 4. And again, what you do to one side, you do to the other. Okay, what we can do next here is just clean it up a little bit. So this left side, I can't do anything with, so I'm just going to do x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals, what's 5 plus 4? 9. Okay, so what we just did was completing the square. Okay, so we're done completing the square. Now we just want to work on actually solving this. Okay, so with this, we've done this before. We want to look for factors of 4 that add up to 4. Yeah, do you agree 2 and 2 will get us to 4?
Yeah.
Okay, what is going to happen with these every time is you want the same number. Okay, this step should give you the same number every time, and that number should match what we got for b divided by 2. Okay, so there's a couple different ways you can check that there. How we would normally write this is we would say x plus 2 times x plus 2 equals 9, right? We would normally take the next step and write it in this form. Okay, what can you tell me about those two things? What's a different way I can write that?
X plus 2 squared.
Right, this can be rewritten as one quantity, x plus 2 squared, which again still equals that 9. Okay. This will help us actually solve. Okay, so we want to actually solve for our solutions here. So we're left with this. What is the opposite of a square?
A circle?
Not geometry. What's the opposite of the square? How can I get rid of it? For example, if we had x squared, how would I get rid of that squared? I would square root it, right? So same thing. We're going to square root both sides. What you do to one side, we do to the other. Okay. Again, what happens is the squared and the square root cancel each other out. So I am left with what's on the inside, x plus 2 equals, what's the square root of 9? 3. Where do we get our 2 solutions from? Because remember, we're supposed to have 2 solutions for these?
Oh, wait, I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yep, whenever you take the square root of a positive number, we have to have that positive negative in front. Okay, this is what's going to give us our two solutions. So if I keep going here, I can rewrite this in two ways. I could have x plus 2 equals positive 3. And what can the other one be? X plus 2 equals negative 3. The only thing that's changing is this plus or minus.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So now, can I solve both of these?
Yes.
How?
-2.
Subtract 2. So I'm left with x equals 1. There's one solution. Subtract 2 here. I'm left with x equals -5. There's my other solution. Okay. Now, I know there is quite a bit going on here, okay, but I did try and outline it for you to help you follow along. The only new thing that we did here was the completing the square step. That's the only new part that we did. Okay, everything else that we've done below here, we have done throughout the chapter with factoring and solving. Okay, so it's going to take a little practice just solving by completing the square. All right, on example 1, notice how this 81 is on a side that we're not used to. Can I easily move it to the other side? Yes, you can rewrite this as x squared plus 12x plus 36 equals 81. Okay, you can always move that to the other side just to keep it consistent. Okay, what I want to tell you right now is on example 1, A and B, they already have the completing the square step done. Okay, so what they want you to practice here is just solving this. So we want to look for factors of 36. What are factors of 36 that add up to 12?
136. Oh, that's 12.
Specifically that add up to 12. 6 and 6. Remember, what should these two numbers always be?
The same.
They should always be the same. Okay, so we got 6 and 6. Remember, when we rewrite these factors, we would normally get x plus 6 times x plus 6 equals 81. This is example 1a, so we should be taking notes here. Okay, but what is a way we can write this?
X plus 6 squared.
X plus 6 squared. Okay, when you get comfortable with this, you can skip this step right away. Okay, you can skip that first step right away. Keep in mind, this squared means we have 2 of these. That's why we can skip that step and go straight there. Okay. Now what we have left, once we have it written in this form, we can just solve. So how can I get rid of that squared? Square root. We're going to square root both sides. Okay, what's left on the left side after I take the square root?
X plus 6.
Just the inside, right? So I'm left with x plus 6 equals, what's the square root of 81? 9. What do I need with that? Positive and negative. So where can I get my two solutions from? Right, so to rewrite this into two solutions, I get x plus 6 equals 9, and x plus 6 equals negative 9. Okay, so now how do I solve both of these here? Subtract 6. So we get x equals 3. And subtract 6 on this one, we get x equals negative 15. Okay. Go ahead and try example 1b. Again, you can move that equals 9 onto the other side. That's supposed to say 64. Okay, so again, on example 1b, it already has the completing the square step done. It just wants you to be able to solve it and find its solutions. All right, let's look at this one. Again, the completing the square step's already done, so we just want to look for factors of 64 that add up to negative 16. What are they? It is 8 and 8. What do I have to do with both of those? They both have to be negative. Again, what should these two always be?
Same.
They should always be the same. So, again, if you wanted, you could rewrite this as x minus 8, x minus 8. But what can I just go directly to? I can just do the squared, right? X minus 8 squared equals 9. Again, you can write this step if you wanted to, or you can just go directly to that next step. How do I solve? Take the square root of both sides. What's left on the left side?
3.
On the left side?
Oh, on the left side, x minus 8.
Just x minus 8, right? X minus 8 equals 9, square root of 9. 3, what do I need with that?
Plus or minus.
Positive, negative. What do I do from here? Split it into two equations. What's one equation?
X minus 8 equals 3.
And what's the other one?
X minus 8
Equals negative 3. Remember, the only thing that changes is this side. Okay, the left side will stay the same on both. How do I solve?
Plus 8.
Add 8. So on this one, I get x equals 11. On the other side,
5.
add 8, I get x equals 5. Okay, so go. All right. This example, x squared minus 6x minus 11 equals 0. We actually want to complete the square on this one. So with completing the square, we want to get a new c value. So what do I want to do to the old one?
Add it over.
I got to get rid of it. So I'm going to add our old c value over. So I'm left with x squared minus 6x. Remember, I have to leave room for the new c value. Okay, and then 0 plus 11 on this side is 11. And I also have to leave room on this side, because what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other to keep it equal. Okay, now we want to find that new c value. Do you remember how to find the new c value?
Divide,
B divided by 2.
Yep, take b divided by 2. What is b?
6.
Negative 6 divided by 2 is
negative 3.
negative 3. What do I have to do with that negative 3?
Square it.
We have to square it. Yep, negative 3 squared is
9.
9. So our new c value is 9. So now let's just clean this up a little bit. We have x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 20. Okay, now let's go one more step just to write the new equation before we solve. So remember, we're looking for factors of 9 that add up to negative 6.
3 and 3.
Yeah, remember, what do these always have to be?
Yeah, to be the same.
Always have to be the same. We do need the negative. Here's another trick to know if you have the right answer or not. Yes, these three always need to be the same, okay? But it's always going to be whatever you got for b divided by 2. Always. Okay, so once we have our factors here, or our number, how do we write the next step?
X minus 3 equals 9.
You're missing one part about that.
Plus 9.
X minus 3 squared equals 20. Yep. And then you would normally solve from here. If I take the square root of 20, is that going to come out very nice?
Nope.
No. So we're going to stop here. All the ones on your homework tomorrow do come out nice. I double checked. Okay, but here we're just practicing on completing the square. Okay, so
Oh, wait, no.
go ahead and look at your example 3a and b. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 8 equals 0. I want to complete the square. What do I do?
Subtract 8.
I got to get rid of that 8 first. We got to make room for the new c value. So I have x squared plus 4x.
Blank.
Yeah, we need that blank equals
8. Negative 8.
negative 8. I'm missing one thing.
Plus blank.
Got to have the blank on both sides. Yep. So how do we find the new c value?
Divide b divided by 2.
Yep. What is b?
4.
4 divided by 2 is
2.
2. And then how do I get the new c value?
2 squared.
2 squared. Yep. Equals 4. So our new c value is 4 that we're going to add on both sides. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. X squared plus 4x plus 4 equals, what's negative 8 plus 4? Negative 4. Okay, what do I do next here?
Find the common factor.
Yeah, we want to find factors of 4 that add up to 4. What are they?
2 and 2.
How do you know if you picked the right one?
Because they'll add up to the b.
And, yeah,
Right.
They gotta be the same number.
Got to be the same number, and they should match what you got for b divided by 2. Okay. How do I write the next step then?
X plus 2 squared.
X plus 2 squared equals -4. Yep. That's all the farther I want you to go on this one. Pop quiz.
No.
Yes.
What would happen if I take the square root of that -4?
It would not
Can't
cancel.
tell.
You would put
You'd make an eye.
the I.
I would get I, right? When we did that with the quadratic formula, what was our solution?
No.
No solution. Good. All right. I want you to try example B, please, doing the same process. So you can stop when you get to this step here. So what is our first step when we want to complete the square?
Find a new C.
Yes, we want to find a new C, but what do I have to do before that? Yep, we got to get rid of the old C. So I have x squared minus 8x. What do I want to do here?
Plus, then
Plus
Add a blank equals.
negative
negative
17
17 plus blank.
Good. How do we find the new C?
B divided by
B divided by 2. What is B?
negative
8 divided by 2 is
Negative 4.
-4. What do I want to do with that -4?
Plug it in.
Careful. -4
Oh, square.
squared equals
positive 16.
16. Yep. This new C value should always be positive. Okay. I'm going to clean up what we have so far. X squared minus 8x plus 16 equals -1. What do we want to do from here?
Find the common factor for 16.
Yep. What are factors of 16 that add up to -8?
Negative 4.
4 and 4, and it does have to be negative. Again, should double check that it matches this number here. How do I rewrite this?
X minus 4 squared.
X minus 4 squared equals -1. And again, we would normally solve after this, but we were just working on the completing the square step.